All right, hello again. It's Foghorn with another installment of Flight School Academics for the 11th of January, 2955 or 2025 if you're stuck in the past. This presentation is part of an ongoing series of academics for the members of the Royal Republic, the premier role-playing organization and Star Citizen. If you are new to the Republic or visiting for the first time, let me start by saying welcome. Glad to have you with us. Love to hear more from you. If you're interested in hearing more from us, we're a lawful good organization focused on roleplay, exploration, social interaction, are currently active in recruiting on Spectrum and Discord. Okay, tonight we are very quickly going to go over the issue council, part of our beginning of the calendar year standard academic scheduling, just for stuff on things that a good Star Citizen backer needs to know how to do. So specifically, remember that Star Citizen is not a video game yet. It is still, you are still not playing a video game. You are play testing. And yes, you paid to play test a development build. So if it's frustrating you, that's your fault, not anybody else's, including Chris Roberts. So if you are playing and you are finding those bugs, you need to be reporting them. So on, of course, the RSI website over the last year, the RSI website has had a makeover, quite a bit of a facelift. So it's organized a little bit better. On the main navigation menu now has Games, Shop, Explore, Community, and Support. So you will find the issue council if you hover your mouse over the support option, and it will do a automated pull down menu. You don't have to actually click if you just hover over it. The pull down will drop as you see, and you will see the issue council second on the right hand column of the two columns that says need help. Click on that, and it will take you to the next website, which is the issue council itself. On the front page of the issue council, you'll see two options that you can choose. One for any bugs you want to put about Star Citizen, and the other one if it's specific to the launcher and not the game itself. So of course, if you had something that you found in Star Citizen, you would select that, and then it will open up to the dashboard. Well, not the dashboard. It'll open you up to the front page for the issue council, which will have the most latest issues listed on the front there, and a search bar, and then it has navigation down the left side. Biggest thing I can say about the issue council is use the search function first. Odds are, with as many backers playing, that you are probably not the first person to come across the glitch that is now pissing you off so much that you've decided to put an issue council report in. So it is much easier on you to simply contribute to an issue. To if the bug that you're encountering has already been written up by somebody else, it's very, very easy, and it's easier on you to basically hit the yep, me too, I'm having that issue as well button, versus you having to take all the time to completely fill in all of the information. So use that search bar up top. It is a smart fuzzy search, so you can put in multiple words, you can put in a whole sentence, you can use some of those techniques like using quotes, open and close quotes around an individual word or phrase to make it search an exact term, and you can use an asterisk as a wild card as well. So it'll do all of that stuff. So as you can see, I put in here just so I could take a screenshot. I put elevator is broken at Orison. As you can see, it comes up a whole bunch of times. And then you can look down and see what the open issues are, and pick one that looks like it fits what you're talking about the best. And then over on the right side, you can see if it's open or if it's archived. If it's open, you can go ahead and click that open button, and it'll take you to that write up from somebody else. If you found one in the list after your search, that sounds like it's the same thing. So you can read through the information about it, what they did in reproduction steps and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot more information you can read down below. If it does in fact sound like it's yours, then you just hit that contribute button. And contribute simply means yes, me too. And it'll give you options if you want to elaborate at all, instead of just clicking the button so it gets another count of, yeah, me too, I had that problem as well. You can ask, like, if you have screenshots or video, or you have something you want to say to elaborate on what the original poster's description is, then you can do that as well when you hit contribute. And then you can also upvote on how important you think this is to be handled. Okay. So say you're not going to, say you do your search and you look all the way down through all of them and nothing sounds like it. So you're going to actually be looking to report a new issue. Then that is over on that navigation bar over on the other left, right at the top, and a big blue button that says report a new issue. So you hit that and it'll take you to the form to fill out for the report a new issue. I made up a BS one and ran it all the way through to the very end and then just didn't hit submit at the end. So, I said, hey, my head is on backwards, and it will again do another search for you to look at for one more time for you to go, you sure it's not one of these? Are you just having one of these? For you to hit from here. If you do go, oh, okay, I didn't see it when I first searched, but now that I started to fill this in, I can, it'll do one more search based on what you're choosing your issue title to be. So it'll present you with probably the 3 most likelies based on a fuzzy search of your title. So take a look at those and make one more last check that you're not entering something that's duplicated already. And if none of those fit, then you hit the light blue box that says, yes, I checked these issues, aka it's not them. I want to, in other words, that means I also want to continue. So it'll take you to the next screen. The first thing is, if you've never put in an issue council before, bug report before, it'll ask you a whole bunch of stats information on the machine you're running, like processor type and speeds, how much memory, what video card are you using, and a few other things. If you have done it before, once you put that in the first time, it'll allow you to save it and give it a name. So I just named mine Starship, for my gaming rig. If you've put in a bug report before, so it'll give you this option. If you have multiple computers listed in here, you can choose which one you were playing Star Citizen at the time when you encountered the bug. Obviously, I only have the one computer that I game on, the Starship. So you just simply select that and then hit "This is my device" to go on to the next thing. It'll ask you, if it's your first time, it'll ask you some settings questions to know what game settings your game is playing on. If you have done a bug report before, it remembers them, so you can just simply click on that one and then hit "These are my settings." Then it'll ask you what game version you were running. So you can do those pull downs, select, whether you were live, preview, EPTU, PTU, hot fix, or any of those, and then hit that, select your version, hits "This is my version." Then it'll ask you to pick a category. It'll only allow you to pick one and only one. So look through their options. They don't does not give you it does have an other, but it does not give you any option to pick any other to create your own category. You have to use one of these categories or it goes under other. So pick the one that sounds closest to what kind of a category this bug you saw was in. So obviously, if my character's head was on backwards, that would be characters and animation. And then you select that, hit next. And then the next thing it asks you is for you to give your opinion of the severity of it, given this is a polish problem. This is the game is still playable. The game is just barely playable, and you have to do some really funky workarounds, or this is outright game breaking. So just for demonstration's sake, I called this one a critical issue. It's game breaking. Selected that one and then hit next to go on. And then probably the most important one here is this section where it asks you to tell them how the steps that you were doing in game up to creation of the bug, or when you encountered the bug, so they can hopefully replicate it. It'll give you up to 10 steps. When it first shows up, it only has the first step open blank, and when the second you start typing in it pops up a blank second line. So it will auto pop up the next open line. All you need to do is just type in your steps. You can put up to 150 characters per line. So try to be very specific and very detailed on, you know, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that, and that's where it happened. Fill them in however much you think, as verbose or unverbose as you think is appropriate so for them to be able to recreate what you did when you encountered the bug, and then hit next. And then you get an open 520 character open text box where if those individual steps up above you didn't think were elaborative enough, you can actually just have free open prose to be able to write what you want. It also says that if you have evidence like images, files, or video links, or videos saved at an external link, like say Instagram or YouTube or something like that, then they also, you know, as you can see right there, it also suggests that you give a link to those pieces of evidence. You can put those there. Is one place. You actually have multiple. If you do have things like screenshot and or video evidence, they actually have. You can actually put it in a couple of places. So the first one is if you have an external link, you can put a link there. Hit next when you get done explaining what you were doing and how whatever happened. Then they give you another 320 character free text box for you to be able to think or explain what you think should have happened, what the expected behavior was. And then if you found a workaround, again, you give you another 320 character free text box to be able to explain if you did find a workaround, what was it? And that is optional. That's not required for you. You know, you can leave that blank if you like. Hit next. Okay, so like I said, you can save externally, you can save evidence to an external link like a YouTube or an Instagram or something like that if you want, or their actual system actually allow you to just directly upload it into the issue itself in this form if you're taking it off your hard drive. So you can upload images or videos right here and stack them up, and then you hit submit your issue. So this is where I did not hit that button after making this bogus report. So I just took my screenshots, and once I just backed out of this report a new issue. But you can do that here. Hit your submit issue, boom, and then it'll take you back to your dashboard, and it'll show you your dashboard. This view we're looking at right here is this one right here on the left dashboard from the left navigation menu. And it'll show you all your reports. I have not personally put in an actual real bug report in like almost 2 years. So as you can see, all of my stuff is archived because all of the bug reports that I put in have long since either been resolved or they're 8 or 10 patches ago. So, but if you can see all of the reports that you've ever done and any that you have open are all right here, and you can go back into your report as long as it's not archived. If it's still in the open phase, whether it's open for people to replicate or contribute or any of that, as long as it's not archived, you can actually open these up and edit things in there. So, even if you go through that whole long litany and then hit submit report, and then you forget something or you decide to go back in and get a screenshot of it and come back, you can add evidence and you can add more verbiage and explanation and stuff into your open reports later after the fact by simply going to dashboard and finding it in your list. If you do open one up, then this is what it'll basically look like. This is one of my old ones. I believe this is one. Yeah, this is one of my old ones. So this screenshot is actually from about 2 years ago, when this was still an open issue. I didn't replace this with new stuff. So you'll basically be able to see everything you put about reproduction steps and all of those free text boxes down there. And then if you scroll down, such as I just did now, you can get down into the workarounds, what evidence you posted, and then it has an activity section down the point where you can add additional comments. So not only can you add stuff in, like if you add evidence later, you can actually come back in here and go, oh, and by the way, I forgot, might be related, blah, 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 blah. And then you can also see where somebody came in and said, hey, this is a duplicate issue from another thing. I believe that's about it. Yeah. So All right, that wraps up this installment with Academics with Foghorn. Hope you found it interesting and helpful. If you have any questions I didn't answer, please feel free to contact me via email, Spectrum, Discord, or of course, comment section below. If you're watching this later, I'll answer as soon as I see it. And to the best of my ability, please hit those follow and subscribe buttons as appropriate. Add your comments to the comments, as we are always striving to improve our content. You can find out more about the Aurora Republic at our bespoke website, aurorarepublic.space, or of course on Spectrum at robertspaceindustriescom/org/aurora rep.